What is up, you guys? Welcome to session number 52. Today we had the CPI report come out, and boy, we're going to be getting into it right now. We have the Dow falling 600 points to session lows on hotter than anticipated inflation data. Let's get into it. So, we have stocks dropping on Tuesday after hotter than expected inflation data for January, spiking treasury yields and raising doubts that the Federal Reserve would be able to cut rates several times this year, a key part of the bull case for equity markets. So, we have Federal Reserve really paying attention to this inflation data, and, it's higher than what we anticipated, guys. So, it's not looking good for the Federal Reserve to cut rates in March, even in May. And I think there's a 6.5% chance that they're going to now cut rates in March, really low. There's a 37 to 38% chance in, I believe, May. That's really low as well. And then the June meeting went down from 92% way down to 78%. So it's not looking good right now for, a sooner than expected, interest rate cut. And that's why we're seeing the market really tanking today, with investor confidence really going down and really people pulling out their money. So we had the Dow losing 652 points, 1.7%, its biggest drop since March 2023. The S&P sliding 1.6%, and the NASDAQ fell 2%. So here's the numbers right here. So we have the CPI report coming out at 0.3%. We had expected is 0.2% month over month. That is from December to January. Annual basis, we were expecting 2.9%, but it is a 3.1% annual basis. So, 0.2%. We were trying to get down to 2.9, but, hotter than expected with, I believe it was the services that really went up. And that was one of the key contributors to inflation. And, it's the highest level since September 2022. I believe I read that this morning. So we have core prices, which exclude volatile food and energy components, rose 0.4% month over month and 3.9% from a year ago. Core CPI was expected to have an increase 0.3 and 3.7 from a year earlier. So, this data really sucks because we really want, to have the Federal Reserve cut rates. All last year they were raising rates, and then starting in December they unchanged, and then the last meeting they unchanged. So this next meeting we were hoping that they would do their first rate cut, but we're not even looking with this data. We're not even looking at March. We're not even hardly looking at May. We're just hoping they cut in June after this data. So not looking good for stocks, and we're seeing a sell-off today, and we'll get into it with the charts and everything. And we're seeing yields go up as well, with the 2-year treasury yield jumping to 4.63% and the 10-year yield topping 4.29. And we had Microsoft and Amazon really taking a hit today. Microsoft sliding 2.2% and Amazon falling 2.1%. So that is the news today. CPI report really making a damper on things today, damper on the market. Dow really coming down. Same with the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. Let's get into now the chart here. The chart's getting the Mogul 30, and we're looking at QQQ. So we saw yesterday really making a high there, 439.14, and today with the CPI report, we're seeing a sell-off here with the price, with the chart coming back down to that 50-day moving average and making its way under that. So that is great news for us because we want to add more into Qs. This is going to be it, guys. I think we're going to see a we're going to see this in a consistent basis. We'll see, though. It could bounce back tomorrow. But with this investor confidence in the Federal Reserve, I can't see, the market really going up, especially after earnings season coming to an end. And then, all these investors are looking to the Federal Reserve to try and cut in March, and that's highly optimistic. And, in May, we're hoping to even get an interest rate cut then. And, that is even highly optimistic. So, based off the data we're seeing today. So we see, at a 439 high there, and now it's trading at a 426 on QQQ there on the 6-month chart. If we go to the 5-day, so, we're going, okay, so we're looking at the 5-day right here. We see that high of 439, and then the last, after hours really coming down, pre-market really coming down to that 426.28 low. Popping back up here, trying to make, its way back up to the 200-day moving average there, but you see it really coming back down below that 50-day again, and it's making its way down to a new low here on the 5-day. So, that is how QQQ is reacting. Let's go to the S&P. The ETF we follow is SPY. And you see a similar graph. We see, really making a high of 503.50, and then you just see it coming back down. Coming down, coming back up, getting rejected by that 50-day moving average, and now coming back down to the 491.85. And then we go to the 6-month on this ETF on the 50. You see it same, almost the same graph as QQQ, really coming back down, meaning that 50-day moving average. So that is how the market is reacting to the CPI report today. We are going to go back to QQQ, and we're going to be adding 5 shares to our position. And, we have a position at 11 shares right now. This is going to add, so our total position will be at 16 shares. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and lock in 5 shares of QQQ. We really see it coming back down, hitting that 50-day. It could either bounce or it come back down. If it bounces, at least we bought some, and then if it keeps going down, we'll buy more. So let's go ahead and lock in a 5 share buy here on QQQ. All right, so QQQ buy, quantity 5 shares, amount that is 2001.3455. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, so we got filled at the 426.85 price, and that is QQQ. So we can see it here now, 16 shares. We're at a 68.28 now market value, and then our average price jumped up a bit. We were at 412. Now we're at 416. So pretty funny. We started around 408, and it jumped up quite considerably after we kept adding in. And with market being all-time highs, we were trying to get into QQQ as much as possible, but we didn't see a lot of deals this past month as much as we wanted to. So now we were at 16 shares there, 6,800 market value. So that is update QQQ. We are going to pause again on a cash secure put or a cover call position. We are going to do a lot more analysis on what we want to do, what Palantir is doing. Usually it's our selling options stock here, but it's at all-time highs here, making 25.53, and then trading right now at the 24.27 range there. So we're going to pause on selling options right now for premium. We're going to see what we want to do moving forward. Now we're going to be diving into the $10 buy of the day. So over here are the stocks that are up and down on the day. We see Shopify really taking a hit there. It's at 29 RSI level, trading now below the 200-day moving average. We have Block down 5.3% there, trading below that 200-day moving average. And then we also have the Calibre Group down 3.99%. We do want to look at Tesla again, and we see it really trading still below that 200-day moving average, making a low of 175 there, 175.1. So let's go ahead and check out our Shopify position here. I think, we have a 57.92 and we have the average price of 54. Shopify's trading at 78. We do kind of want to keep adding into Tesla too. And I think we're just going to go with Tesla again today, guys. Add back into Tesla for the $10 buy of the day. Seeing Tesla down this much creates an opportunity. So we're just going to keep buying it because we know Tesla long term is a great stock to own. Just short term right now, they are struggling. So let's go ahead and lock in a $10 buy of Tesla. All right, Tesla buy $10. Order quantity 0.0547. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, we got filled at 182.84. So that is $10 buy of the day, and we are not going to trim today because market is trading at, really selling off today. So, we go back to, let's go to SPX, and this is the main S&P 500 tracker here. So we see S&P 500 making a high of 5,048, now coming down to that 5,000 level that it broke earlier last week, and now trading at 4,931, and it broke that on, I believe, last Thursday, Friday-ish. And now we're trading below 5,000, so we're gonna have to try and make a bounce up and try and get above that 5,000 level again. So SPX trading at the 47 RSI, not completely oversold, but it's in fair value range. So that is trading session number 52. CPI report really making a damper on things, making it hard for the Federal Reserve to really try and cut rates in March. We really need, inflation to come down a lot more to be able to really start cutting rates. And, they have a 2% goal on, inflation. And, with it coming higher than estimates, then, it's going to be hard. And, with the 6% chance in March, we don't see it, Federal Reserve cutting rates in March. It's up in the air for May now. And then we're just hoping for that June meeting that they will cut their first rate, and we don't see them cutting more than probably 3 now, or even 2 maybe. So I don't know. We're going to see what the Federal Reserve does, how it reacts to this news, and hopefully we get better CPI data in the future, better inflation data in the future. So that is the update on how the market was reacting to CPI. And we added back to our QQQ position. We added 5 more shares at this level, and we really saw it really trading at the 35 level, so on the RSI, relative strength index, and that's almost at oversold value, guys. So we locked in 5 shares there, and then we bought a Tesla $10 buy of the day, and we did not trim today. So that is trading session number 52. If you're not subscribed here yet, please consider subscribing if you like live session. Also, we've been doing a lot more shorts lately too, so go check out those. Smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. We'll much appreciate it. If you want to be a part of our community, go to mogulfellas.com, go to membership, snag that invite to our Discord, to our club over on Discord. So if you guys want to be a part of a community, go over there and get your spot while we have it for free, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Hit the outro.